Where's the short intro?
Do you want me to just do it again? Geddis.
No. You'll enjoy this. Are we recording? All right. What the fuck's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. Actually being recorded on a Tuesday. It's the 10th of September, or as I call it, 9/11 Eve.
Oh, what a special time of year.
My guest today,
Back once again.
the Ready Master, Michael of Bartlett. And you know what? You'll appreciate this. You ready? Here's the intro.
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole thing now?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Let's hear what you have to slobber about this time.
Only took you 7 years.
Well, I'll tell you something. I didn't even do it.
Who did it? Someone else did it?
No, someone else did it.
Somebody else is fucked off.
Someone else was like, yeah, I'll never get them 15 seconds back.
I like a long intro. A bit of foreplay.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, mate.
Every time you're on, you're giving off like, oh, your fucking intro says your name.
Not once. Listen here,
You
Grumpy
fucking
Goose.
queer.
Right? Not once have I ever complained about anything you've done.
Yeah. Well, you asked for it.
There we
You
go.
get it.
General Banter Podcast with Colin
Full dance.
Geddis.
I love this bit.
Right about here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together. This man,
Should I just change that to full like 12th?
So it is a
Flutes.
It is a bit long.
this man will make
This man.
Let's all welcome the world's godfather fool.
Oh my god, flies. It's Geddis, actually.
Geddis.
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 Fuck you. And you know, that's all she wrote. The interesting thing about the short one is, it was such a novelty to me. I played it like 9 times, which is like way longer than the fucking original. Anyway, here I was thinking about the 12th and stuff like that, and I was like,
Obviously.
It's weird that like a flute makes the same noise as no flute.
Explain.
You could be like, and then you could just go, and it's the same.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Aye. I mean, you can say
Not
that. You
everyone's
can say
a-
that about many instruments, though. Do you know what I mean? The saxophone.
Listen, not everyone's a master beatboxer
That's true.
like
Just
myself. Let me just plug some shit, right? Because we're at the start, and I'll just get it over with.
I'm doing the Ulster Hall on the 25th. That's 25th of October. I'm doing the Ulster Hall.
So if you have absolutely nothing else to do,
If you want to have some joy in your heart for a change,
if you want to go to a room where Mickey will introduce himself, have you oh yeah, the last time I gigged in there, Nightmare, the guy was literally like, we have no bar staff or stage manager or anything, so once I'm done with this pint, take this fucking, Home Alone talk boy and go round the back, and I've recorded an intro and you hit play and it's like, we're on the stage. It was a fucking disaster.
was there no backstage mic?
There was a backstage mic, but the guy was like, there's no showrunner today, so it's basically me. And he goes, take that, and then he like takes off, and
Fucking
then
hell.
30 seconds later you hear him, hello?
And I've just done a fucking month in the front. I'll be all right.
Nah,
I'll
you
fucking
just walk on cold.
aye. Well, it's 1,000 people, so it'll be more like
No, that's fine. You get a good reaction.
aye.
Get a good stand
Looking
ovation.
forward to it now.
How many tickets have you sold? Or roughly?
There's about 200 left, I think.
Oh, Mick. One bit of fucking shitty content online.
Oh, I know.
That would sell. You would sell Nobel.
That'll be grand.
No, it probably. Yeah, it's always nice to say it's sold out up front, but that will definitely sell out by the
Aye.
time it's October. Especially when you've got, like Christmas coming up.
Exactly.
I don't know what that.
I know there's people text me being like, I think, were you talking about it in the podcast as well? People going, oh, my fucking girlfriend got me tickets for your show. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I'm a present.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's a wee bit of fucking extra pressure, like.
There's that mixed in with somebody else. The best one I seen recently was someone tagged like their boyfriend. They were like, "Hey baby," like BBY. "Hey baby, do you want tickets to go see this?" And the guy replied like, "Hey babe, I don't really think he's that funny, so not really."
Was this you or me?
I was like,
Shane.
no, it was me definitely. But us every fucking
Time to take your pill, is it, Colin? You don't get a baby up your blurt. Jesus, that's the most stressful alarm in the world. that's like Face Off. 2 chemicals are going to mix, and then got my action movie wrong. It was Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'm sorry about that.
What about Face Off? The fact that the guy could just swap his face, and then the guy could go fuck his wife,
I know.
and she's just like, okay.
Yeah. Right, this I fucking.
Imagine you just
last time I saw it. There's no fucking way Nicolas Cage and John Travolta have the same dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, fair enough, everything else is grand, but she's bound to pull a cock out and go, hang on a minute.
But how could they have remotely the same body? Like, John Travolta's a fat bastard.
Aye, but they cover that in the movie where they do a wee bit of laser surgery to get rid of fucking love handles and
nip
stuff,
hair.
and nipple hair and shit like that. But there's no way they're going, like, even if they could do it, right? If you could swap your face, swap body, and you had to fucking save the world, and they went, also, we're going to change your dick just in case, you'd be all, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not taking anything near my knob.
It's not called bulb off.
Yeah.
It's called face off, bro.
Facial off.
Look at the flies in here.
I'm fucking starving to. Fucking Miyagi do the fuck out of it.
That's what happens when you live in the country and you just leave the door open, let the smell of shit waft through. Fuck's sake.
Sure, Lisa's coming into the autumn now, just be all wet grass and fucking...
Like, imagine they just swapped you in Aaron's face and then Aaron just strolled
I
down.
would take some fucking serious stretching to get my face across his head.
You would literally look like that person who got the face transplant. Well,
what happened to you? Mick was acid attack to worry about. Jeez, you heal fast? I'd love it.
you fucking sneeze one and it just rips around the seam.
Fuck.
Fat fucking head.
Like a pair of fucking cheap jeans. Just...
Amazon. I don't remember. I can't remember if he told me this or he said it on a podcast. He said, like, he was doing. He goes, you have to learn that you have a big head. Like, he goes. At some point, it just kicks in, and you go, oh fuck, my head's massive. And he said, like, they were doing this thing in science class at school where they were like taking all these different measurements to get, you know, I don't know what fucking ratio of whatever they were doing. And he said someone was measuring his head, and they just went, oh my god. And then the teacher fucking flies over. The teacher just came over and was like, just did something like, oh my god. And he just had to walk around all day like, my fucking head's enormous. Like a tired bastard.
Because I have a big head. I remember, like, when we were graduating uni, I had to get the biggest size hat, and it was still a bit fucking...
Bit tight.
A bit tight. But with McCann's head, you don't realise it until you put your hands up to it, and you go, what the like, it is that big.
It's enormous, like
the front of his head and the back of his head are that far apart.
It just reminds me of, like, you know, when you look at like one of those fucking like Aberdeen Angus things where the front of its head's all hairy and it's just like it's about that size. That's what the back of his head looks like. Just this wall of like just a big fat head.
Just a big fucking skull.
My head's not that big, you know. I'm very much. I'm like a cherry bakewell. You know what I mean? My body's fucking big wide thing, and then a wee cherry of a head on the top.
See, mine's like, I think this bit of my head's grand, like from here to here, but it's the actual
the depth of it.
The actual yeah,
like one of them cone heads that you see in like Africa somewhere.
Like whenever I have to finally shave my head, it's going to look grotesque.
Grotesque.
I look like the cartoon version of somebody that survived Chernobyl.
Yeah,
like. You know that monkey from the Powerpuff Girls?
You're like that Rubber Johnny video. Did you ever see that? No. Yeah, in the wheelchair with the head like near dripping down to the floor.
I haven't seen it now, I have to say, but I am looking something new to wank over.
It is the affix twin. How Lurgan is it to say grotesque?
Not that Lurgan at all.
Grotesque.
We just say ratting.
Ratting.
It's fucking ratting.
That's true. I haven't been to Lurgan in a long time. Unless I stop at the garage.
For a wee cup of coffee. Or a fair talks.
And the last time I stopped there, very weird interactions from like sort of middle-aged men.
Aye.
You know, I thought I had a demographic with videos and whatnot, and then I went in there and some fella was like, one of the boys was up, and this guy's 60.
Aye.
One of the boys was in work this morning, one of the young fellas, was up all night last night watching your podcast and all, and he's wrecked the day, so he is. And I was like, cool, and he goes, I must get home and see it. And then, because that guy was saying that, there was like the most intense cunt ever behind him with a beard, and he was like, you know, like literally looked like he was out of Sons of Anarchy, like so aggressive. And then he went, would you mind if I got a photo together with me and you? Like he literally, that's how angry his face was.
But I did.
What way did he phrase it? It was so gentle. It was like, would you mind if I got a photo beside you? It was literally something like that was it. Do you mind if I get a photo alongside you? Like, yeah, fine. Anything's better than stabbed to death, which is what I was expecting.
I didn't tell you about the fucking... I don't think I've been on this since. Right before I went to Edinburgh, I was over doing fucking previews in Scotland. I was getting a flight to Glasgow. Have I told you about this? No?
I don't think so.
So I get on the fucking flight. There's a guy in the middle seat, and he's fucking hammered. Right? I sat down beside him, and do you know whenever, like, do you know when you know somebody's fucking spotted you and recognizes you?
Yeah.
Because they'll maybe do a bit of like a. But this guy, he was like this, like.
Oh, wow.
This close in the fucking plane, right?
I'm a big fan of staring back now.
Aye, but he starts going like, are you your man off MR videos now? And the guy's like, you're Bucking McGuckin. And I'm like, I don't even know which one of us was Bucking McGuckin, and I'm just headphones and trying to pretend I'm asleep, like, yep, whatever, that'll do. And he starts going, mate, I need a fucking piece. Mate. And like, dude, the flight hasn't took off yet, you can go for a pee, like. He's like, well, I'll let you go for a pee now. I'm like, yeah, you'll be alright. And then he sits there and he goes, what are you doing today? I was like, I'm going over to do some gigs. He's like, whereabouts you going? And I'm like, well, this is a flight to Glasgow, so it's mainly Glasgow.
Leeds.
Aye.
You fucking retard.
What time's your gig at now? And then I could tell, God love, I could tell he just had, he just wanted to keep talking, and I was, so he goes, where's Shane? And I went, he's in, because Shane was in America at the time with his missus. It was like he's in America with his wife. And he goes, why are you not with him? Right? And then he's like, do you want a beer, mate? Do you want a beer? Take a beer. And I'm like, no, I'm alright, man. I went, take a fucking beer, mate. I'm like, no, seriously, don't want a beer.
Wouldn't be unlike you to say no to
I
a
know,
beer, though.
but I didn't want to drink with this cunt. And he's like, fucking take a beer,
True.
mate. Take a beer. If you're listening to this, by the way, thanks for the offer. And then
You weird cunt.
the flight landed, and I'm like stood straight up, got my backpack on, just trying to get off the fucking plane.
In a like I say, about to start a sprint.
Aye, and he's holding one of me fucking airplane tins of or Heineken. Mate, that could have been yours, mate. That could have been your fucking Connor, mate. And I went, being polite, I went, I'll get you next time. And he went, when you come back. Oh. Right. And I went,
So weird.
I went Monday. He goes, what time's your flight? 4 o'clock? like, one word. What time's your flight? 4 o'clock? And I giggled like fuck the whole
I'll
day.
be waiting on you.
I can't wait to see you again, mate.
People have this weird thing where they're like, they either think all of us, because we're like mates, come as a package. Like,
Aye.
where's all your mates that you do comedy with? Do you not keep them in tow? Like, if they either think it's that, or they think everyone's on this competitive level where that you can literally be in a video together. Like this clip I put up, the blooper I put up with me and Aaron yesterday. Someone goes, fuck's sake, McCann, Geddis' missus is funnier than you. You fucking, and you're like, you don't understand what's happening
Aye.
here. I wrote it, so, and he's in the video. I didn't like write my bit, and then I'm like, you turn up and say your bit, and we'll have a competition, see who's the funniest.
Aye.
And then this guy gets to go, fuck's sake, I was a load of shit.
There's so much of it. I had a fucking
Blocked.
Aye.
Immediately
I had
blocked.
fucking a stag party turned up to one of my friend shows with that same sort of attitude of like, fucking, where's McCann now? Where's fucking everybody?
Yeah, it's a fringe show, you
Aye.
dick.
And then talked the whole way through the fucking hour to the point where I was almost going, lad, this has cost me thousands of pounds.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
Can you just fuck off before I start crying?
Yeah.
It's
Funny, I mean, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, you know, before for a certain amount of time, you're just gigging, but it's getting to the point now where, like, you know, and thank fuck, people are coming out to see you.
Aye.
And you're like, everyone's paid, so if you act like a cunt, you have to go.
Aye.
And I'll fucking give your money back.
Yeah.
If I don't give a shit.
I've kicked a few people out of the fringe this year, which I've never had to do before. Just had to go, lads.
You have
You're
to.
better off leaving
because it's like, yeah, it's like ripping the plaster off. It's just like, you gotta end this now and fuck off.
Aye.
That last fucking Lavery's, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm trying to even think, have I done a podcast since? When was that? Was that last week?
Aye.
Fuck me. This girl in the front row, like. And it's like, most people come into the comedy club and they go, oh no, I don't want to sit in the front row in case anyone talks to me. Nobody's gonna have a go at, like, people might have a bit of crack with
Aye.
you, but it's never like malicious unless the person, like,
Is a shite comedian.
doesn't know what they're doing on stage, and they're, you know, I've seen that before. People just walk out and fucking just say something horrendous to a person who's just like there. And
Aye.
you're like, okay. But if a comedian's gonna speak to you in the front row, it's just to get a wee bit of information to, like, talk some shit. They're not really having a go
Aye.
at you.
If a comedian is talking to somebody in the front row, they already know what they're going to say. They're just
Yeah.
trying to make it look like they've made it up.
Yeah, well,
You're like-
maybe that's what you do. I didn't know you could do. I'm not that smart.
I know. No,
I go, what do you do? And the guy goes, I work in conservation. I go,
never mind. Here's something I made up. I have a conservatory.
I went for a walk and then I went to an airport.
PVC doors.
This is kind of like a conservation conversation, talking,
Dyslexia.
which leads me on to I'm fat.
you ever be bucking a girl?
And you're like, I'm going to conserve this load of jizz. But this girl in the front just kept, I said,
You ever be bucking a girl and leave her looking like a red panda, huh? Sparsely populated.
conserve that joke for tomorrow when you're in work.
What about the Amazon, huh? Fuck me.
This girl in the front row, like, you know when you're like, I literally, I mean, it was like the most hack fucking setup ever, as usual, just going through everything, you know, pedophilia, fucking whatever, fucking rape jokes, whatever. And then I said something about lesbians, and the girl just like, I'm gay, which is like, you know, like slagging yourself before anyone else does when you're in fucking secondary school. And I went, you're gay? And she went, yeah. And I went, well, put a fucking blurt in your mouth and fuck up. But then she just would, which is so juvenile, but then she just wouldn't shut up.
Aye.
Just the whole time. McCann came off and he goes, she just quietly called me a fat cunt like 3 times. Which is the worst. Right. No one heckles. People go, how do you deal with hecklers? Never had one.
Aye.
I've only ever had someone who wouldn't fuck up.
Aye. And that's the fucking, like, I've had heckles grand, right? Even if it's fucking, like, I remember a guy heckled me one time going, when's Colin Murphy on? And I was like, oh, he's not on tonight. He went, he's much better than you. But it was one of my shows.
Oh, you serious?
I mean? So it was like, who did you think?
I bought a ticket to see Micky Bartlett in the Riverside Theatre, Coleraine.
Aye.
Where's Jake O'Kane?
It was on the Blame Game. Maybe the rest of the boys are coming too. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God, so retarded.
But
like,
there is a fucking thing, and I've said it loads, and it might sound sexist, but here we go. A drunk woman in a comedy club is fucking terrifying. The comedian.
Can I tell you exactly why? There's no threat of violence.
Aye,
that's it. Well, like women can sort of get away with whatever.
It would depend on who you'd ask. But I would say, Colin, for by and large, there's quite a big threat of violence towards women in modern society, and I think we should all, as modern day men, try to compete against that toxic masculinity. But see, if you're a drunk woman at a comedy club, you deserve to get fucking hit.
Maureen Settergrad used to say, fucking 5 chops to the chin will sort him out. That's all I keep thinking about now.
5 chops.
5 chops to the chin. Come here, sir. On your way.
Aye, I would not be leaving 5 chops lying about. As soon as I finish these chops, you're fucked.
I'll eat 5 chops and shoot you.
Bitch.
Oh my God, she would not shut up. And then McCartney goes, is her fucking tits hanging out? And then there was like comedians on each other's shoulders trying to fucking see down, which is so funny. Like, everyone wants to kill her. It's like, fucking wish she would shut the fuck up. Fucking bitch and all. Is her tit hanging out? 1 second. Hold on. All is forgiven. All is forgiven.
No, but it's always been that thing, and I say it all the time, and fucking comedians, male, female, trans comics also, like, if you're fucking, yeah, I'm woke as fuck, right? I'm just back from an arts festival.
Wokey Bartlett.
But fucking Terry Woken. but
Hulk Woken.
If somebody goes here, there's a stag party in, you're like, oh fuck. If they go, there's a hen party in, it just genuinely strikes. Yeah, you're just like, kick them out.
That's wild,
because everybody's trembling. If there's a fucking table full of women and a bottle of wine in the middle of the table, disaster.
Yeah, I've got on stage to MC Lavery's a couple of times and just glanced down, and there'd be like, you know, like 4 girls and 7 bottles of wine. Aye. And you're like, they'll not be here in second half.
Aye.
I just know it. Or do you know what? Sometimes I've seen it at least 3 times in Lavery's just because we're there so often. Younger folk coming with their parents. Aye. And they have to leave early because the parents are chinned.
Aye.
There was one woman, I don't know if you were there or not, just came off one of those poser tables, like the high one, just like went, oh girl, pulled the whole thing to the floor. And it was just like these 2 kids that trailing their ma out of the fucking thing.
I remember that happened to me one time in the Empire as well. The same thing, real drunk woman in those high, do you know that sort of left-hand corner?
Aye. Yeah.
And she was heckling the whole way through the night, and then I went to move on, and she just slipped off her seat and fucking pulled her glass, and I was like, I honestly for a second went, am I the chosen one?
Yeah. You should have went like that.
I'm trying to move other shit with my mind, like Matilda.
I did that the other day when I got out of the shower, and I had my boxers on the sink, and I grabbed the boxers, and it caught the fucking tap and turned it, and my phone fell under the water, and it went right down on top. I was like, that's me, Matilda.
Aye.
There was a girl in Lavery's one day, just fell off a chair, fell off the bench, like fully innocently, just put her arse in the wrong place, and just hit the floor, and everyone looked at her, and she was like, sorry. You're like, oh, fuck me. When was the last time you fell? Just fell
Oh,
over?
it's been a
Like,
while. Like I saw a guy trip in Newcastle on Saturday and double take the fuck out of it while everybody went. We saw it. Like, but it was a nice wee fucking happy moment and room full of hungover cunts.
I think I've developed, I'm sure all comedians develop this thing where like you could have easily tripped a little bit and just walked it off.
Aye,
But you fully ham it up just to be like, well, if I'm going down,
I'm owning it.
I'm going to do 3 cartwheels into
Aye.
the bin here. How was your overall
7?
Fringe experience?
Do you know what? Like, it's the last one I'm doing for a couple of years, but I would say it's probably the best one I've had.
Your liver's like this.
Aye, fucking. My bum's going, can we do solids again? I think I'm ready.
Isn't it so funny? Like, have you drank much since you got home?
I haven't stopped gigging.
I'm stop, alcoholic. I can't stop.
No, but like, I did my last show at the Fringe at 2:30 on a Tuesday morning. Then was getting the bus and boat back. So it was fucking chinned to 6 in the morning. Got the bus at 6. Fucking got the boat home. Had a couple hours sleep. Went to the Empire. Had a couple of drinks there. Got a lift home. Then had Wednesday off. Then it was gigging Thursday and Saturday. Got blocked fucking at the gig on Thursday. Then got blocked on Friday. Got blocked after my gig on Saturday. And then went to fucking Liverpool on Sunday. And then I was in the Newcastle stand Wednesday to Saturday. Fucking hammered the entire time. Like,
Oh, fuck me. Do you know what?
I mean, I can't stop crying, but I'm really happy.
Fair play to you. I couldn't fucking, like, Saturday there was like the first time, you know, because you hit a certain age and you're like, I've got a child in the way. I really have to push this personality down.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Because, like, I do enjoy the fucking excitement of, like, fucking right, we're on the rip.
Aye.
I don't like going anywhere. You know what I mean?
See,
I was
yeah.
here blasting tunes, having a fucking whale of a time. But I do love that, just shoveling pints in, and then the time just runs away with you, and then you're like, oh, it's daylight.
Aye.
I would do that every other day if
See,
I was
that's the
allowed
thing
to.
about like the Fringe and even like comedy clubs. You're not out. You're basically in the one place
Yeah.
with a load of your mates.
Now, there is actually nothing better than just hanging about with comedians.
Aye.
Like,
That's-
even like the small bit that I experienced of just being backstage that late in live, you're like, this is class.
Aye.
And the time literally evaporates. Like,
Yeah. See the on the Sunday night or the Monday night. So the girl Fred who runs Late and Live and was
the
running for
girl,
20 years.
Fred, shout out
Yeah.
to Fred, I met her.
Fred's
She's
lovely.
like, where's she from, Australia?
Yeah.
They have little radishes.
Yeah, loves a radish. Radish and I think that's how she stays healthy because she just eats radishes and drinks red wine the whole time she's at the festival.
Fuck, I was doing
looks-
all right. I was regular blocked, and then I had a radish, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up
Aye.
in this
She
bucket of
once
ice here.
she did like a fucking like an Ironman or something a week after the Fringe, but 2 years ago.
I genuinely
one of
think
those,
that's
like-
just Australians. You know,
Aye.
you get like fucking Damo Clark and all. You're like, he looks like he could just be like, yeah, we're gonna fucking,
Yeah, just unnecessary.
Climb a mountain.
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
Aye.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, just like built in hard and fit already.
There was I used to go out with a girl and she's moved to Australia and her fella once his car broke down and he walked like through the desert back to Perth with like a bottle of water and no shoes.
We want to dirty the snakes.
Like,
bro.
you know, real fucking that's
That's
like,
back when men were men.
that's
You know?
about 2 weeks ago. Like,
I keep thinking about fucking. He's not Australian, but Maureen's dad like has done a bunch of marathons and stuff in his time. Probably hasn't trained that much recently, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do 60k on my 60th birthday. And I was like, fair enough. And then like the wee sort of park that I go to and run around, it's literally 1.75 miles for
Aye.
one lap of it. And fair enough, I had the gout attack of 2019 and I've had to recover from that. But I'll just go, run round, get back in the car. And he's like, I must break myself in again, go and start doing some runs here and build it up. And I did 4 laps around that thing the other day. And I was like, like just out of nowhere, he could just run like fucking
5 miles,
it's
like 6 miles.
probably like an 8k or something
Aye.
with a dog just warming up. And I get round it once and get back to the car and like, you know when you got headphones on and you take
Aye.
the headphones off and you're going and you're like, fuck,
I can't run. Like I hate it.
it's crap. Like,
It's like I don't enjoy any of it. I just think it's fucking boring. But that's no excuse for not being able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I would say a lot of runners who run a lot will tell you like, oh, it's like I listen to that fucking, my God, if you want something, you would actually quite like it because it's very like fucking army and Navy SEALs and shit. But that
Thanks
guy
for fighting for our freedom, fellas.
That guy, you ever hear of David Goggins?
Fucking dirty. No.
He's been on Rogan a few times. He's this like ex sort of. He done like that buds training and everything like a bunch of times. Now, first of all, you listen to the book and you're like, I think you're a lot more tougher than you are intelligent, sir.
Aye.
You know what I mean? He'll say things like, I set off with no water to run 100-mile fucking whatever, and I fucking was pissing shit by the 6th mile. Like, and you're like, bro, train.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Train a bit, wear the right shoes, drink some water. But like some of the stories in that are fucking demented. Like he's just like, I had shin splints and 2 stress fractures in my feet, so I taped it up and set off running. I didn't have any packed lunch with me, and on mile 78 I thought I was going to piss myself, and I actually shit myself, and blood came out of my dick. Someone else is like, someone asked me what the blood was, I had to lie. Imagine being like, I just cut myself, I'm not pissing blood down my leg. But like, fuck it. But even he's like, he goes like, I'll just sit and stare at my running shoes for like an hour and a half before like he
just trying to convince yourself to do it. Like,
doesn't like it. Like nobody like I don't think. You got to get real deep in the game before you're like, I just love this. And there is like an element of the small amount of run I've been doing of late. You just setting off like in the morning when no one's about yet, and it's crisp air and everything. It does feel nice. But after fucking 8 minutes, you're like, and then you have to just maintain this fucking bullshit feeling till you get back to the car. But then you're only doing it so you feel good after. It's shite. It's fucking shite up.
That's what I'm like. I haven't fucking worked out. I think I've probably done maybe 4 workouts over the course of the last fucking 7 weeks. So I'm going to go back to the gym today, and I know I'm going to shit. Stink, like it's going to be fucking awful.
But I do you know what? I just think I think like. I've done enough training, you know what I mean? Like I don't know a lot of stuff about sports type shit, but like I've played enough sport, I've done enough rugby and stuff and trained alongside it where I'm like, people do so much fucking about like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy these sliders for the floor and work on my abs and I'm going to do all this bullshit. And it's all to just avoid doing like, like deadlift, bench press, squats and running. Like that kind of takes care of everything, I think. Yeah. And then stretch a bit. Maybe there are some smaller, I
would say skipping and heavy bag.
You could do again, but like, but none of them is as good as probably just running.
Nah, but I would say the skipping probably is better, just because if I don't believe that,
but you can skip brilliantly, and it would not transfer to running whatsoever.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Like,
do you know what I mean?
It doesn't even. I can't. It doesn't even transfer to fucking walking.
I was Mickey just flying about the frame, skipping along.
I can get from A to B where I rope, no problem. I was walking
up downstairs,
walking through fucking Liverpool the other day, right? And so at a fucking, I've got that backpack there, the black and yellow one you have. Backpack, right? So I had my laptop,
fucking good spot,
and a week worth of fucking gig clothes and a pair of gym trainers that I have not fucking worn in ages, right? And I remember walking through Liverpool thinking, like Marines carry heavier shit than this. And run. Yeah. And I was like, I can't imagine what kind of fucking mental it's attitude or fucking like, because I was fucked. Do you know what I mean? Like I was genuine. Like I was like, I want to take this hoodie off and roasting.
It's unbelievable how shit a shape everyone's in. It's incredible. Like you should be able to set off running. You should be fit enough to just like set off running and keep it going for like an hour. And even if you're not used to it, you should have enough stamina to just keep going for like an hour. But nobody can do that.
I know.
Bar like a small amount of people.
Did you ever have like...
Or like chin... You should be able to just fucking knock out about 10 chin-ups. My shoulders would explode if I did.
Yeah. I can't do a fucking... Yeah, I just can't do them. But yeah, like there's times I've had like... Because obviously the amount of fucking drinking I've been doing the last couple of months, you do start to have genuine anxiety problems.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there's been points where I've been in like shopping centres thinking, if somebody started shooting this place up, I'd have to walk towards them and go, just kill me now, because... Yeah. The idea of you missing and me dealing with this would be way worse.
Yeah, I'd rather get shot dead than pull my hamstring going that way.
I've dropped arches.
What if he shot you in the hamstring and you're like, oh, that's it, loosened up now. Oh,
thank you, Abdul.
Good swing on it. I know, it's so funny, like the things that like you actually need to do but won't do just because like you probably should be running, lifting some weights and like doing yoga and stretching loads, but you're just like, no. I'm not gonna do that.
I've got 2 cans of baking here, I'm just gonna fucking this.
But fucking, what was I going to say? Oh, I watched this thing last night. You should watch it. It's on, unless you've seen it, on BBC, the iPlayer. And it's called like The Secret Life of Incels.
Right.
Involuntary celibates. Have you heard of this?
Ugly bath?
Yeah, well, that's, you know, to the fucking layman, that's what we would call them. But now they're in a cool guy club called... I mean, that's the problem with the social justice warrior. You get these fat fucks that get together and they're like, we're body positive. And you're like, don't make an uncool cool club. You know, you're supposed to be fucking shamed.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It's not for like... because people hate you.
Aye.
It's because you don't want it to be normal for people to be like, oh, I'm perfectly healthy at 36 stone.
Aye.
You're not.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? But they've made a club and everyone's just making these fucking clubs now. And now they've got these incels who are literally like fucking weirdos who are like literally angry at women or the world because no one wants to fuck them.
Like that wee fucking short dude, that video, the wee short cunt in the sandwich shop. Do you see him?
Yeah.
I get this women all the time on social media, you motherfuckers, you. And then
just
some guy just
like...
drives him into a wall.
Do you know what? I love that. Chat shit, get banged, son. You know what I'm saying?
Because even when he was talking about that, and he's like, yeah, just that fucking anger of like, it's your attitude is why people don't like it.
Exactly. You watch this show, right? And you know, these guys are like, all these... It's so funny because they're talking about them not getting fucked, but then they call all these other girls sluts. They're like,
really?
all these fucking sluts, and they're just running around having a good time and all. And you're like, mate, there was one guy who he would catfish women. So
right.
he would put up on a Tinder profile, like a fake profile, and get loads of matches, and then he would agree to meet up with somebody, and then he would turn up like a wee fat Mexican and go, you were going to turn up just only because you thought the guy was hot, you fucking slut, and all this here. And you're like,
fuck,
bro,
mate. Like,
bro, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, fucking of course. This is
that's like saying if you book an electrician and a plumber turned up, it's your fault.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Like,
see if that guy really, that was his mindset, he would fuck anybody. He would fuck bedridden big fat cunts. He would fuck any people who terribly maimed.
Aye.
He would fuck everybody because he would be like, I don't...
You did terribly maimed, but the mime of great hair.
I know. Same thing. But like, I'm in the incel ball club. But like, you know... practice what you preach, then you fuck anything that moves.
Aye.
Because I could have a fucking list of people here where I would go, would you buck her? Yeah. Would you buck her? Would you buck her? And then it would get down to some fucking swamp donkey and you'd be like, nah, that's not really my thing. And you go, exactly! Aye. That's the way the world works.
Fucking hell.
There are people out of your league. Not naturally. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Also, would it fucking occur to you to change your shit attitude and do some sit-ups?
Fucking be sound for a second, like, aye.
You fucking wetback bastard.
That's the fucking...
just go full racist after.
Listen here, put the burrito down, lift the fucking dumbbell, you fucking speck.
You fucking beaner. I love that. It's like as soon as the floodgates open, the fucking like insults, you get everything. You know what I mean? Listen, Arlene Foster can say whatever she wants about Brexit. The fucking big man looking lesbian fucking bastard. Like just the floodgates open. But yeah, it's a fascinating. And there's actually a guy from like County Down on it.
Well, there would be.
Who I mean, his just seemed unfortunate. These other guys seem like they're a bit weird. I mean, one of the guys literally was like Johnny Depp in fucking the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing, and he's like, some people have suggested that maybe I might be on the on the spectrum for Asperger's, and you're like, no shit, you fucking weirdo.
I think it was Johnny Asperger fucking suggested that.
Yeah,
the man himself.
Yeah.
I think in fact, what's your name? Because we're changing it.
You fucking Asperger.
On the spectrum, whatever the fuck you're called.
But there was him. There was the other guy who was catfishing people. But this is the worst. Now, this guy just revealed himself to be pretty much... This sounds like a fucking jailable offence to me. He would catfish them and he's like, all these women send me... I can't do that. He's like, all these women send me like... He's like, they send me vagina pictures. Like he changed it. I never killed myself. They send me vagina pictures and they're fingering themselves and tit pictures and stuff. And the guy's like, and what do you do with the pictures? And he's like, well, I jerk off to the pictures. And you're like, that is the creepiest shit of all time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's definitely jailable. That's definitely fucking like...
That's like some fucking bait and switch type fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's like someone thinks they're sending photos. I mean, it's like literally if you fucking stole someone's phone and changed the contact to like, you know, whatever your fucking husband's name is or something, and they're like sending photos to like a different thing. You've like tricked them into seeing them fucking naked. Like that's definitely way more rapey.
Well, if you do that with fucking, like if you're trying to buy something off Amazon and you fucking steal someone's identity, that's highly illegal. Yeah. So if someone's showing
and
you
all
their
you're ordering is fucking toilet roll and guitar strings.
Somebody's showing you their dout and butthole.
My new bar opening in the Cathedral Court.
Cracking sandwich shop with it. Welcome to Doot and Butthole. Down here, Doot and Butthole.
Get the Doot and Burger.
Do you like corn on the cob? We got it down here in Doot and Butthole.
Pick the corn out, sir. Oh fuck! But yeah, that's so
Try
creepy.
a signature cocktail. The skid mark down here in Doot and Butthole.
Did you see this? I see the fucking. Hold on. Is it? Yeah, there's a cocktail called like toilet water. Where do you see this? So look at that sexy bastard there.
He's a good looking man.
Best thing about cooking Italian food, amazing pasta.
Fucking full blown. It's like ovulating looking that cunt.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, toilet water. Okay, wow, what a hell of a name for a drink. Nothing. Excuse me, bartender. May I have 2 toilet waters, please? Okay,
wait a minute.
That noise that you just heard is Sheena botching this whole show. Okay, ice in what would you call this?
Oh, this is the worst voiceover of all times. Okay, this is a bad example. I've seen one. I've seen one where they do it so realistic that it would make you throw. Like,
oh, really?
They put this stuff in like piss, and then they put this other stuff in, and then they put something else in that literally looks like ripped up fucking like toilet paper nearly.
That's people actually drinking toilet water as well, is it?
Yeah, of course.
The internet, we don't deserve it.
He drank it. I'm trying to get, and then this guy was putting in like wee bits of fudge in the top, so it looked like wee shit.
Oh fuck.
Hi, my name is Miguel Mora.
My name is Miguel.
So today I show you
Good lad yourself. Tell you what.
let's try
Any
Sounds like me having a shit right now.
splash.
this place, anything Mexican run is gonna be the shit.
Aye.
Honestly, the service is next level.
Splash from berry.
I don't say blood, bro.
So not too much because this is
Yeah, see, the one I seen kind of went like that, but it had this yellow fade in it that looked like piss, and then he put wee chocolate bits in the top. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about there?
Doot and buttholes.
There was one guy from like County Down, and the way he was doing it, you're like, okay, that just seems like a series of unfortunate events that led to you being so insecure that you don't even know how to fucking approach people, let alone women or anyone that you want to be with, type thing. And the guy was like, you know, one of those ones where you're like, he just looked like a fucking regular dude. He was in great shape because he lifted like a pile of weights. But they have all these weird terms, like what was the thing, like max your body out or something, you know, like trying to improve on what you had looks wise and all. But he said like his parents just had like bad relationships, and it was just, I don't know, he just was really fucking like insecure and whatever. But then he took a load of steroids, which made him break out like the worst fucking acne of all time, like across his body and stuff. But you're like, bro, you just need fucking like, you need like Queer Eyed or something. You need someone to just come in and go, mate, you're fucking in good nick. Fucking grow your hair out a wee bit, get a haircut.
We need to go for a pint.
Get someone to take care. Well, that's the thing. They don't hang about with anybody, let alone. But then, me and Maureen were talking about this. I was like, that wee fucking Mexican loser. You're like, if you look at a girl and you're like, oh, all she wants is some fucking guy that's in good nick and is rich and all. You're like, you should let that guy, a bit like fucking Undercover Boss, have that guy hang about with someone who is like successful and has a family and kids and has a good body and all, and see how much work it takes, and then be like, no wonder he gets the fucking hot chicks, because you're sitting in a basement pretending you've got a fucking six pack and looking at people's assholes, lying about it, and this guy's out here actually killing it, and that's why he's getting all the fucking hot chicks and gets all the money, because he works hard and is fucking got his head screwed on. Like, that's why it happens. It's not like the girl is just like, let me pick and choose. Like,
it's that thing of too, like, and I think,
and you can sort of make yourself an alpha male even if you're not the best fucking looking guy.
Tell me about it, mate.
Do you know what I mean? You can be like, yeah, you can just make you can be fucking loaded or successful or whatever or funny, and you can do all those things. You don't have to be like visually attractive.
So
Like.
that thing, it's like, and I think it was one of Joe Rogan's specials where he says like, so like basically if those people are spending so much time on their own, there's nobody to go, mate, you're full of shit.
Of course.
So they're constantly just reinforcing their own fucking bullshit.
It's called an echo chamber. That's literally what that means. Like when people, and then 3 of those guys get together and they're like, sure, wouldn't it be a good crack if I just plowed a car into this crowd of people? And they're like, bro, you're the fucking man.
I'll sit in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, but yeah, you need some. Yeah, I mean, it's like things do sort themselves out. You know what I mean? Someone puts in a photo into the group of they're like the time Shane went to buy those shoes, and 5 people were like, absolutely no, you look fucking retarded. You need that. You know, you need. I mean, it's like friendly fire, but you need people kind of going. You can't fucking act like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those guys don't have that at all in any way, shape, or form.
It's like even having social media and shit like that as well. It means they get the fucking like you're saying, lie, make up a whole fucking thing, then start maybe believing it in their own heads.
Oh yeah,
like believing their own bullshit in that way, and then fuck, world's fuck. I think we just need to kill half of us.
But it gets out of control, and this is the main fucking example of it. Again, yet another charity gig organised by Kieran. First fucking comment.
Aye.
Like, see, again, that's like, it's like some student just being in uni and everything is focused on diversity and equality and everybody has to get their own thing and all. And even when you're raising money for like a terrible illness, people are like, not a very diverse crowd. Like, are you going to look at the money raised and be like, not very diverse currency? I don't see any South African rand in there. Where's all the yen?
No.
Where's all the fucking pesetas?
It's a fucking weird thing. Like,
I'm sick of like these fucking uncool clubs getting together and then getting to rule the roost. So like they literally said on that thing, like, it's rise of the betas. Absolutely fuck no. Do you know what I mean? Someone needs gorilla fuck.
But you know what's fucking mad too, right? Just because I was talking about this the other week in the Empire. So Ray Alina, right, who's, and this is fucking awful. I'm going to forget where she's from, but she's one of the Asians. Not the Middle Eastern Asian, the Chinese ones.
The Chinese
ones. Malaysian, maybe Malaysian? I can't remember. Anyway.
Does she look more like an Oriental type person?
Yeah.
Or does she look more like a sort of Indian type person?
She's more the Oriental side of it.
Because Malaysians aren't overly like...
well, then I don't mean that then.
Oh, Jesus, you're what? You see?
Do you know what? I don't see colour, Colin. All right. I think we're all the same, bro. We're all pink on the inside.
Yeah, I don't
Everybody shouts out of the same hole.
This is what I always say. In the best way possible, I don't care.
See, I think that is actually a lot of problems people are having with like fucking diversity at the minute, is that most people genuinely don't care.
They don't.
And then when they're being made to care, they're like, I've had to take time out of my day to fucking worry
Make
about your
me
thing.
care. I don't even fucking think.
Do you know what I mean?
By the way,
I don't
also,
know, you could still be a cunt.
Yeah, and it's also like, you know, if we have a friend that's different to us, we can slag him.
Exactly, that's the whole point. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to slag your friends' differences because then it normalises it.
You know, nobody steps in when, you know, it's a bunch of whites bullying another white.
Aye.
Everyone's like...
Well, I'll tell you that fucking story about the fucking black guy. I remember that night.
That was triple irony. Fucking...
I couldn't... But I'll do that. I'll say this first. So really, now, right, opened the Empire, fucking destroyed it, right? And the guy that runs the Empire, who works in TV, was like, why aren't you on more telly stuff? Because... Yeah. The way diversity, she's female and she's ethnic, so why isn't she should be fucking on it? And even she was like, it's because I'm that good. She goes, the way the fucking diversity thing works, especially for media, and like everyone goes, well, that's good to see it diverse. Mm-hmm. But it's not diverse because it's, if you look at fucking British TV, men of colour have to be as British as possible, right? So Ramesh Ranganathan, fucking
Trevor Noah is essentially white.
Yeah, fucking Nish Kumar. They're all posh. They're all they're all quite well off, right? And the ethnic women have to be as fucking ethnic as possible, which is why Sindhu V is an Indian mother with a wobbly head and fucking 6 kids. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what Ray Leno was saying. She's like, because she's got like an American accent, she's not ethnic enough to make it on telly. But like, everybody goes, well, aren't they trying? And they're not. They're doing it. Like, I'm fully on board with all of it. You know, like I love everybody. But
I love everybody.
no, but you know what I mean? There is a fucking point where you go, this is all just fucking, it's all...
I don't care. I fuck everybody. Like, people think they can, like, make up the rules because they're on a fucking moral high horse. Suck my fat white cock.
I think it's just...
Fuck off.
No, I think as soon as you start blaming your... It's like those incel cunts. As soon as you start blaming your circumstances on whatever group someone's put you in, you've lost.
Oh, wake, bitch.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you've given
wake
up.
Shit.
You've just given up because...
But you're covering your back. You're basically... You're like sabotaging it for yourself before you even fucking try. So like there was a list went out there, women in Northern Ireland to look out for in the comedy scene, right?
Right.
No, nobody has ever, like, I run a comedy club. No one has ever went, which is, by the way it has went on forever is you go, hey, would love a spot. Here's a video of me doing stand up. Give me a shout if there's any slots.
Aye.
That's how everybody has got
like,
fucking slots since the fucking video cameras was invented, right? I don't know who any of these girls are. No one's ever said like, oh, I would love to do Laveries.
Aye.
And that's the thing. As soon as we put up an all male lineup, it's like all males again. Not a fucking peep out of anybody if there is an actual female, which I can't even believe I have to fucking talk about that.
Aye.
But believe you me, the funny ones are getting slots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
by the way, I also don't really give a fuck either way. Because I don't here's what happens at Laveries. You hear someone's funny, you see a clip, you go, yeah, I'll let you do a slot because it's a job.
Aye.
It's a job after all. You have to do a job. And then I sit backstage and I write my set and I don't fucking even listen to them. If they're getting laughs, that's fine.
Aye. That's the thing about like...
That's all it takes.
It's literally all it's... Because I fucking firmly agree, right? There was definitely a point where it was fucking harder for female comics.
Not now, not anymore.
Not anymore. I think it's changed. I think in some cases you'll still get the odd cunt who's like, oh, fuck a woman. But it has changed.
A lot of them women also.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But also, like, you see female comics that come out and fucking destroying it. Like, do you know what I mean? Absolute fucking beasts and murderers, because that's all you can do. Is the only fucking control you have in comedy, if you're just doing live stand-up, is to get so fucking good the person on next to you is going, fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only fucking control you have, and it still doesn't matter, because I've been doing this for fucking nearly 12 years, and I'm still not getting offered shit.
Yeah.
You still have to go fucking hunting for it.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. If you're not asking to get the gig, you're not going to get it.
Exactly. I'm not, no one's out fucking scouting around for like new talent. That's not how
the thing about Laveries as well
works.
is that it's very rare that you'll go a tight 5 to see what you're like.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You like in most clubs they'll go, you're doing 4 minutes. If you run over, we'll fucking blast a song and you'll be kicked off.
Yeah, but it's not like that, because we're trying to put, like, one of the reasons Laveries does well is because we actually care about it. Maureen, like, is constantly reviewing how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, anytime I go into any other environment to do a gig, I go, this is some shit bullshit. I'm like, too much room here. The music's not loud enough. Like, Maureen takes care of all that. So you go into Laveries and it's buzzing, and then the fucking Prodigy song kicks in, and by the time someone goes on stage to MC, it's fucking hype. Like, people are ready for it. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that, but what the fuck was it? What were we talking about?
I think like, well, like that list of like five female comics.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not us doing this.
No,
do you know what I mean? And it's very fucking, like, I think anytime somebody writes a fucking article of like 5 like whatever group of people they're not doing it for the group of people, they're doing it for themselves, because they're the one who wrote it. They'll get wee clicks on their wee fucking page.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the cunt from Chortle.
The point I was trying to make there was, we care a lot about it and we're trying to do the best night possible. So there's no like letting someone on just because of their fucking gender to prove a point, and no one laughs for fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, because it doesn't do the act any favour either. It doesn't.
No,
help
it's fucking shit. Like, there's plenty of people who have asked me for gigs, and I'd love to just be like, yeah, go see what it's like.
Aye.
Go ahead and fucking, you do a fucking closer before you bring someone on with your MCing, and they just eat a bucket of shit.
Because the amount of times that, and I see it fucking tons doing like gigs in the UK or anywhere else. People, you should never be on stage the first time you're in that room, unless you're fucking very good. Like, unless you've got a solid 20 that works everywhere, go down to the fucking club and hang about and see what it's like and decide whether or not you want to do it and then ask for a gig.
Yeah. There's plenty of people, there are a few people who have asked for laveries and I've let them do it and they've ate shit and you don't hear from them again because that's the way it should have went. You fucking got humiliated because you weren't good enough.
But we've
And the ones that
all ate shit. Everybody fucking does it. But
And the ones that are good enough, you know, the fucking McCartneys and the McKegneys and all them ones, and Jordan Robinson and people like that, they come in, they do a good job, end of story.
aye, and when they're
That's it,
Also, when they're not on, they're fucking sitting there watching it
Yeah, they're always fucking there, like.
because
Yeah.
it's like stand up is a fucking an apprenticeship. It's a trade, like, and I think I'm qualified to talk about this because it's literally I'm the only one that only does stand up. You have to just be constantly fucking around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can also end up at a point, and it definitely happens in Northern Ireland, and we could be maybe slightly guilty of it in a sense where you can end up in an echo chamber here because you could be down doing all the gigs in the Black Box, or you could be doing like women only lineups, which don't help fucking women comics either. Having a women only lineup does not help those people as performers.
And all the people who give off about fucking, you know, where's all the women and stuff. If you put on, like, if you went out of your way to just prove a point and do an all women show in Lavery's, I'd be like, where are you all now?
Aye.
Because there's no known comedians on at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain people, maybe like the owner or someone who people are aware of her, but it's
Aye.
like you got to put on the people who people want to see. And there's only a small handful of people with like a profile that people will come out for.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, just to fucking shut these
You can't
social justice
force
warriors
people
up.
to come out.
No, you'd be like, oh yeah, we've got 6 girls on doing stand up to shut you up, and you're not even here. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking do your fucking dick clean in, like, or vagina, or non-binary piss hole,
whatever you have, yeah, whatever you
non-binary fucking
maybe you've got both of them.
cock vessel.
You got both of them. You can literally go fuck yourself. More joking.
Got both of them, like that runner, Castor Semenya or whatever, who's basically like, I was born without a penis, but I do have testicles.
Oh, that'd be shite.
Well, I don't know what the fucking crack is, but without sounding too harsh, it looks like Travis Scott in the middle of all these women sprinting. Straight up!
Can you come? That's all I'm thinking about. I don't care about fucking how fast you can run. Can you bust a nut at some point with balls and no dick?
Yeah.
Because that would be
Imagine
horrible.
just some wee Olympic fucking official representative. Question 1. Can you come? Okay.
Question 2. Can you come?
Question 2. How?
Does anyone else have a question that's not about coming? No.
How far can you come?
What's your favorite color?
What sort of come? This one? This one. No, she definitely just stands up, like, just pulling the clit off herself.
Did you watch Naked Attraction during the week?
This is how I do. No.
Fuck. I think.
Is it like a new one, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the new ones where
Is that wee antiques woman on it? Someone was telling me about it.
there was she's a breast cancer survivor, but she was fucking filth. And like 3 of the dudes, in fact, every dude, she just loved looking at dicks. It was just, so there's one guy had this fucking
Dongs,
like
well.
fuck me, what a cock the man had. Like, even
Just
I was going, Jesus
fucking meat
Christ.
hammer.
Don't you see a dick that big? You're like, fuck, I might have we going that myself, you know, just to see what the crack is.
There's definitely a weird. It's like a non-gay fascination with like, I'll give us a look at your dick. Like,
I think there's times I've seen a big dick and I've been the same way I've been about a Ferrari. Like, I'll never have one, but I'd love a wee go.
it's just like, you know, like
Can I just sit on it?
it's like, you know, it's like fucking. You know, like if you had a gun, you'd be like, this is my gun, like it'll still kill you. But then I'd be like, feel away that. How often do you clean that?
Did a shoot 5 shots or 6?
I remember going to jiu-jitsu and in a different gym, and there was a guy just training in the gym, and you're like, you know, you're like, I know he knows he's got the most angry ginger large cock I've ever seen, and it was just it was literally like, I used to do stand up about it kind of, but you know, like, do you know when someone's so ginger their dick and balls look sore, but it was like such a big cock, and then he would be the guy. He would be the guy that was like shirt, tie, socks, shoes, and still hadn't had his
Watch,
bags on yet.
rings,
And this fucking
earrings.
this fucking aardvark was just like
Doing his hair.
Oh, speaking of ginger, I saw a fucking cat this morning that and it was, I swear to God, I bet you it was the vehicle in front of me hit it. It was so fresh.
Oh, fuck.
And its fucking body was here, and then a big bit of red, and its head was
Fuck.
coming out of the thing there, fucking threw up.
Nothing worse than seeing a pussy getting blown apart.
Tune in any day of the week.
Napoleon blown apart.
We'll do some questions up in this motherfucker.
I'm down to smoke a fag and then go to the gym.
Everybody, I wrote Mick there because people were sending. Did you see people making posters and all like?
I know. I've seen a couple of people tweeting, "Are them two not fell out or something?" Is that they're not friends?
You see, this is the problem. And Maureen has said this to me before. She goes, "If we're having an argument, sometimes I'll just be an annoying wee dick, and I'll say things because I'm not taking it that seriously. So I'll just throw things in to be extra annoying." And she'd be like, "Yeah, but you say you're joking, but your face isn't joking."
Oh, I watched that podcast where you were Grumpy Wee Goose, and I have to say, Colin, I thoroughly enjoyed it because I was in a bad mood myself that day.
That's the thing, because it was just callback. I just kept going, Micky Bartlett from the General Banter Podcast. Like this here.
I mean, that's because I have been quite a influential part of it.
But then more.
It's my idea to make that T-shirt now. He doesn't even know how to use a computer. This is a whole fucking. He's a patsy.
Patsy Geddis.
I just take my head off. It's Dan Watson. Ta-da!
Face off. That's a callback.
That is a call. That's a good one.
That'd be a good. Oh my God! I was thinking of. What was I fucking thinking about? I was thinking about like if you shot a promo and you actually got someone who had doves, do like the round the corner. No, I put that podcast up and it was. Do you know when you're just enjoying being a nasty bastard? But then Maureen was like, "Isn't that a podcast? No, it's not very bit dark." And then other people were like, "Oh, salty doesn't look good on you." And then I took it off momentarily, and then waves of people were like, "Oh man, where'd that podcast go? It was fucking hilarious." And then I just put it back up.
See, it's a weird thing because there's times where like obviously I don't fucking do my own podcast, but this is so much part of your life that you should be allowed to go on every so often and just be fucking raging.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean?
You can't be. Oh, I actually hit my funny bone.
That's fucking karma for fucking slagging me out.
Speaking of karma, you hungry?
I'm starving now.
But fucking yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, people are usually like, "Oh, I really like that personal, element of you talking about whatever. It's good to hear about you and Maureen." And then you get me on a bad day, and you fair weather bastards. Away you fucking go.
Aye, the fuck off mafia.
The head on mafia. I'll fucking head on the fuck. As soon as I get a bit of saltiness around me.
I would have General Dander.
General Dander. We should do a charity walk, the General Dander.
The General Dander.
Let me see. Right, first question. Oh, that was Violin Mick. Someone as their Tinder profile picture had them in it or something. Do you know him? That Violin Mick, the string ninja boy. And he goes, "Am I famous now?" But the best one ever was the night we were in Thompson's for like, when you're like, "I'm too old," but it was someone's birthday, and this girl got a photo with me and Begley, and one of her Tinder photos was she'd cropped Begley out, and it was just me and her standing like this. Then Begley matched with her on Tinder. It's like, "Here, cheers for cropping me out of that photo."
Fucking brilliant.
So funny. But then also, why? Like, is that supposed to be like a conversation?
That's get her a man.
A conversation starter.
You met Barry the Blender. What was he like? Is he really from Limavada?
Thoughts on? Aye. Real serious questions when Mick's on. Thoughts on Burger King chicken fries? Never had them.
I haven't had them yet. I saw them the other day.
What are they? Is it chicken sticks?
I'm guessing it's chicken fingers. It does look like it comes with a wee spicy mayo, which I think looks nice. Now.
Fuck my ass. I'll tell you what, I went to see
we roast apple greens.
I went to see the Belfast Giants the other week.
Oh, how's that?
And when you're in the box, the VIP, because I shot. Do you see any of the videos I did for them? I'll show you the ice hockey ones. Fucking stupid. But because I did a bit of work for them, the girl was like, "We got a box here, like a VIP box. Would you like to? You've up to like 16 people. You can, and of course the fucking McGrath rent the crowd all piled in like. But it was good crack. But ordered some food at the start of it, and there was they do like those messy fries where it's like chips and fucking sour cream and bacon and all that. I have a hard on. On the side of it, never thought of this in my whole fucking life. Curry mayo.
Oh, why?
Like curry powder.
Aye.
Fuck me. I was like, You know, I wasn't even hungry, and I was like, fucking just,
Put them on a toothbrush.
curry mayonnaise near ejaculate. Which mainland UK show are you most excited about? Gonna be at the Mank one myself, just to enjoy the pure comedy. Well, hey, why else would you go, Jordan? Shout out to Jordan. Was also wondering, will the show be relevant to these English twats as I'm trying to get my mates to come? Listen, people need to get over that.
Aye.
It's just fucking comedy. You know what I mean? Also, I'm not coming from like fucking Tokyo to do the gig. I'm only coming across the fucking water.
Do you know what's a weird thing? See the fucking...
And it's all Northern Ireland people think that.
Aye.
How are you going to get across these English cunts?
I would love to know.
Fine.
I would love to know where the fuck this started. But I remember, first time I went over and did the Fringe, and I made one joke about being from Northern Ireland, and I got reviewed as like, yeah, it's kind of a hack joke. And I remember thinking, how? Because I'm the only fucking cunt over here, right at the time. And now everybody knows everything about Northern Ireland because the fucking DUP and the Tories are back. So you've got 6 months where they actually give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back to blowing each other up.
And also, like, you know, we don't have the worst accents.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? So if you can listen to fucking Liam Neeson,
exactly,
you can fucking listen to me. Or if you can listen to fucking Jamie Dornan on an interview and still be fucking hauling the vulva off yourself, then you can fucking sit through me talking about my dick for 20 minutes. And Jamie Dornan's not that easily understood either. He, you know,
sorry.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have like a real, you know, fucking newsreader voice. Eamon Holmes. There's Northern Irish people all over the fucking place. Kilty, you know,
fucking Cat Daly.
No, he's a wee bit fucking okay, you know.
Aye, well, we all go like that. I do a phone voice from over there as well. Like that's
a phone voice.
You can't watch me do a fucking Fringe show because I full blown have to like go anti-Lurgan.
Oh yeah,
just out of politeness.
Oh yeah. The late and live, it was like if I wasn't looking at him. Pamela Banter.
It's like if you are looking at my Pamela.
Carnavies of mine. Which mainland gig? Well, you'll be glad to hear it if you're going to the Manchester one, the Glasgow one.
Wait, you didn't Museum of Comedy, weren't you, in London?
London, yeah. 2 shows, motherfucker.
So have you no support? You don't have support for that, do you?
Well, Aaron's going.
Well, see, I right now.
Well,
no. I mean,
well, here,
live podcast.
Listen to me.
Colin,
do you really want to go? Do you really want to go to London and do fucking 10 minutes before I go on?
Nah, man.
No, you definitely don't.
It'd ruin the night for you.
You don't. Bring Micky back. I'm gay. That same girl just appears. I'm gay.
Where's Thomas?
Favourite holiday destination?
Oh, Jesus.
Craigavon?
I've been doing. It's only, that's one thing I'm doing after the Ulster Hall. Fucking out for 2 weeks somewhere sunny.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Australia actually for a month, but then after that, I'm going to go on holiday.
You're going to have to go to it's a weird time of year. Like, you literally have to go to, like, Dubai or something is the closest little bit of fucking sun.
I was, in fact, Noosa in Australia. That's my favourite place I've ever been in my life.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Swum with dolphins.
Fucking right.
Not dolphins, what do you call them? Sausages?
Disabled people. Pool noodles. What do you call it?
That's what Japanese people call pubes.
Per nerders.
Down here, Dootin' Butthole.
I had a bit. I'm trying to work on it where I'm like, as long as you say you identify as it, no one can question you.
Aye.
I'll talk about it after, but I don't know. I was gonna go very racist with it.
Just for the crack.
It's alright. He identifies as that. Favorite holiday? I gotta say that the one. There's been a few trips where I was like, that was actually borderline life changing.
Aye.
LA for like 10 days was enough for me to be like, I would like to come back here every year for about a month and just be here. Do you know what I mean? Good energy. And also Vietnam is pretty fucking sweet because it really feels like you've left Earth for a second. You know what I mean? Like you go in, you go, this is nothing like anything else anywhere until you go to Thailand, and then I'll start the scene. No, but it's good. Are you shitting it for the baby coming or what? Not really.
I think I'll be alright.
It's fine. I mean, it's you get a bit overwhelmed where you're like, oh my god, this seems like so much at once, and you're like, oh my god, what school is it gonna go to, and what if it turns out to be a fucking school shooter? But you're getting way like it's gonna be so. I mean, people are like, they grow up so fast, but also very slowly.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna adapt to however
Yeah.
it goes along as it goes on. You know,
Yeah, it's not like one day it's fucking on the tit and then it's
next
7.
minute you're trying to like stop it smoking fags. Like it's just gonna be like, it's gonna be very gradual, and the first while is just a lot of fucking feeding and getting up, and you know, it'll be grand. Like, I'm excited. I'm actually, you know, like,
I can't fucking wait.
I think Maureen's just like,
it's not even mine.
I think I could totally see, like, she's just very fucking uncomfortable now, and you're like, just get it out, because
Aye.
you're fucking yapping, I'm yapping, everyone's bored of it, just get the fucking
I
get it
remember
out.
seeing my cousin one time, and she was really heavily pregnant, and it's the most honest I've ever seen a fucking, because obviously women get a load of like the, oh, you're glowing and fucking da-da-da. There's a point where she pointed at her husband and pointed at her, like, turned to her ma, pointed at herself, and then pointed at her husband. She went, cut this fucking thing out of me and give it to him.
Yeah, and bring me gin immediately. I know I was talking to Joe from Shine, and he's like, he walked in the house and was like, so how was your day? And his wife just went, what the fuck does that mean? Because they also have like another young kid, like, which must be like, I actually think it might work out okay, because we do have flexible time, and very rarely do I actually have to be anywhere.
Aye.
So I think it'll be good, because, you know, like, if Maureen was like, "This, you know, I'm fucking stressed out. Can I just go fucking go for a walk and go shopping or something for 2 hours?" You could do that, no problem.
Yeah, totally.
Like, whereas traditionally a lot of women are just stuck in the house, and the guy comes back at fucking 6 o'clock and, you know, eats dinner, and then everyone falls asleep. Like, but we're able to, you know, theoretically we should be able to cope with it really well.
Yeah.
Because you can just be like,
Oh,
I do this, and you can still have your own time, because we're both kind of,
Yeah.
plus Maureen has fucking 3 sisters.
Exactly. And
her mum, you know,
around you, like, yeah.
Yeah, so we should have a lot of support, which is nice. My sister, I can imagine, will probably have trouble getting rid of her for the first while, like. But no, I'm genuinely more scared about the wedding than I am about having a child.
Aye.
You know what I mean? I mean, you do get the odd fucking, you know, where you're just about to fall asleep, and then you go, and then you go, that's all right, and then you fall asleep. When you're doing your tour shows, do you tend to stick to the same show each time, or do you do the same local jokes / audience? Or sorry, do you do some local jokes? I wonder, why the fuck would you do a local joke? I could maybe do some Glasgow shit because I lived there.
Aye.
But like Manchester and Liverpool and all that shit, I don't really fucking know.
See, I think it's a kind of a fucking stand-up trick to do a local joke. And you can do a local joke, you can do the same joke about fucking loads of different places, and it just makes people, because I think you see it with fucking,
it just sells them down a wee bit.
Aye, but I think you see it sometimes when people who aren't even, like, say they're not from Northern Ireland and they're gigging in Belfast, and they don't mention it. People get really fucking, you can see them going,
but then I also hate, like, I'm from a little place in Texas called whatever, which makes Sandy Row look like and you're like, mate, who told you about Sandy Row?
Obviously, there's obviously shit ones, and there's fucking, but I do think there's something fucking good, and if you can get a chance to walk around for an hour and just fucking go, let's see, because like, I remember doing a gig in Birmingham once where we just went, fuck, you've got a really big Poundland, and they all went, fuck, we do, and that was it.
That's enough to
fucking, that's enough to.
I remember saying in London one time, it was hilarious because I was actually late to the gig, because it was basically, I was buying a carry out in the fucking thing across the road, and the guy rang me, and I think he's a fucking Aussie too, and he's like, hey, how's it going, mate? Are you close by? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm just across the road. And he goes, okay, the audience are in. And I went, isn't that 7:30? And he goes, no, it's 7 p.m. And I went, fuck, and I gunned it across the street, full sweat on, and got on stage, and I was just like, I was literally like, fuck, and I had a big cup from Five Guys, because I'd just eaten as well, and I was just like, I brought it on stage, and I was like, I'm fucked, and then made some joke about it just costing money to fucking breathe in London. And it was a fucking shitty joke, but I got a bit of a laugh. But that's all it takes, is something that I don't think, you know, if you do too much research and you do a real local joke, that it, you know, it looks like
if you go into it like fucking, and there's lazy ways of doing it too, where people are like, so what's like a fucking real shithole part of town? Yeah, and someone's like Lurgan, like, so I was in fucking Lurgan.
Yeah.
Like,
where the women are too ugly to rape.
Yeah, the men are men and the women are also men as well.
Banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, fry tax. That would get a laugh.
Oh, get a laugh.
But no, I don't really like it too much. But I will say something. at the Fringe there, only seen two shows. I mean, like, you're with a pregnant woman, you have to like ramp right up and go, we're going out for 4 hours, are you ready? And then you go out and then you fucking do all your stuff and then you just come back and So we went to see Delamere, which was like a very well structured, like Delamere's fucking incredible, like the way he can do like crowd work, and then the callback at the end goes through to fucking comes back to the crowd work that he asked. Brilliant stuff, like. But then we went to see Jim Owen, who just absolutely fucked about the whole time. And Maureen was like, isn't it weird how the one show that Delamere did was so jam-packed and so fucking precise and well-written and everything, callback and all. She goes, that seemed way longer than Jim Owen just fucking pissing about. And then he'd be like, ooh, he goes, that's about the time when people look at their watch. Ooh. You know, but
it depends.
So
I think like with Jim Owen's room, it's so comfy.
Yeah, it is comfy.
It's great. Whereas I've seen, like, I know the room Delamere, well, didn't see a show, but I know the room he's in. And that's such a fucking sweatbox, especially on that Saturday you were over where it was roasting.
Oh my God. I'm convinced there was 2 Dyson, like, air blades, and I'm pretty sure, or you know the fucking big circular tower. I bet you he bought them. I bet you he was like, there's no fucking way people can sit through this shit.
There's been a couple of times where people in paid venues, the Fringe, have had to chip in for air conditioning, because the venues won't buy them.
Did I tell you what, I've mentioned this in the book, did I tell you what Delamere did at that gig?
Will give you a shout out during the...
Yeah, it was the weirdest fucking... Because I was half pissed, like, so I was just like...
is this happening?
Why is everyone looking at me? And then I had to walk out and people... You know, like, you're shimmying past people and they're just looking... I don't believe him.
I've never heard of you.
I don't believe him. You look like a drug dealer. Would you rather get punched in the face or the dick? Great. All the hard-hitting questions from Damien.
No,
if it was just the dick. If you just
you hold it out.
Do you ever see those porns where like the guy will just shove his dick through a table and then there's a guard beneath it, just like?
I have not. No.
Well, if someone just punched you in the dick, mate, it would be okay.
Yeah, it'd be alright. It's the soft dick or hard dick though.
Medium hang.
Yeah, I think you'd be bang on right.
Bit of blood in it. Not too hard where it's going to bounce back.
The head's just slightly engorged.
Yeah.
Like a wee speed bag.
Sometimes you do have a fat dick day, don't you? Where you're like,
every day.
You know.
No, I'm a fat cunt. I always get them wrong.
Fat cunt day. Podcast question: will anyone beat Khabib? By the way, the answer is Tony Ferguson. Love the podcast. Did you watch the fights at the weekend? Boring, but Khabib certainly has a force to be reckoned with.
Well, I've heard that now. But
what do you think can be done to stop suicide epidemic in Belfast? Sorry, I can't believe that. Sorry, I wasn't prepped for that being so serious. What can be done? Fucking teach people to fucking live better lives.
Fucking need more money. People like that's happening because people are fucking skint.
People are skint, and then they're trying to, and they can't get a job, and then it is. I mean, I hate the term vicious cycle, but it's like if you've nothing else to do, but sort of forget your problems via drugs and substances, that's all you're gonna fucking do. Like,
you're telling me?
Oh fuck. But yeah, I mean, because people teach the wrong fucking shit to people. You're trying to get these people to go to school, and you're like, no, we gotta learn about English and fucking maths and shit, and you're like,
so it doesn't suit some people.
It doesn't matter if you should be teaching people how to like survive life.
Yeah.
Then when they start to show slight interest and stuff,
and I do think social media. I know everyone says it, but this is the first fucking generation of people where it's like, oh fuck, we've to deal with this too. Do you know what I mean? There's
yeah, I mean, it definitely...
There hasn't even been studies... This hasn't been happening long enough for people to have properly studied the effect it has on people, on the human fucking psyche.
Yeah, it definitely, like... whether it affects you or not, or whether you think it affects you or not, it definitely does, to be, like, constantly seeing the best of people's stuff all the time.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's what Aaron said to me the other day. He goes, you know, it has to affect you because you're just looking at everything. You know, everything's it's the funniest shit you've seen, or you know, the best looking shit you've ever seen. Yeah. And I'm like, usually in the mirror, bro. You know what I mean? We're very stoned, but fucking yeah, it definitely has. Yeah, and then no one knows how to fucking talk about things.
That's the fucking big thing too.
You know, it seems like there's this massive like anxiety, depression fucking wave coming in, which might be social media. It might be a whole lot of things, but no one talks about it in a sort of direct way.
Aye.
Like people should literally go like, as matter of fact as they go like, hey, you eat too many fucking Mars bars, you get fat. Someone should be like, a teacher should be able to go, yeah, see if you fucking lie around your sofa all day, we look on social media, you get sad, so don't fucking do that too much. Like, it should be that direct, but instead it's this weird thing, and you gotta wait till, like, I definitely, you just look at your phone too much.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I was saying to Aaron, like, if I just give you if I just give you that glass and was like, you have to look at that for 6 hours today, just doing this would drive you fucking bananas. But because there's like pictures of asses and tits on it, you're just like
the amount of fucking times I've woke up in the middle of the night, looked at my phone, clicked on one video, and then it's been 4 hours have gone by and I've watched fucking Fail Army.
It's ridiculous. Like, the only way I sleep through the night now is if I lift very heavy weights at about 8:30 at night, and then I go fucking just dead body. Like,
I was saying that just before I went to Edinburgh. I started going to the gym at like fucking 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it actually,
and it does help you out.
Yeah, if you're a fucking lunatic like one of us, like, where you literally, you think you're not thinking about anything, and then you think about something, and then you're like, oh well, that's me, just fucking, whether it's good or bad, like, it could be a good thing, but
yeah, I had nights during that fucking Fringe where I was waking up thinking it'd been reviewed in the middle of the night, and then checking to see if it got fucking reviewed.
And that's why they call it cocaine. But the thing is, like there's something wrong with me where, like, I can get up, and I think I want to be one of these people. I think I want to be, fucking Mark Wahlberg, where I'm up and I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna get shit done today. If I could literally live my life the way I want to, I would just get up, eat some fucking breakfast, have a sleep, fuck around in the afternoon, do a workout, eat some dinner. Then when everyone starts to settle down, come in here and start doing work, and then work till about 2 in the morning. That's the way I would love to do shit, like, because during the day everything just seems a bit fucking overwhelming. Nearly like, say if I walk, like yesterday we went fucking shopping or something, I'm just in a like a bright fucking Home Bargains looking for whatever the fuck we're looking for. It's too much shit going on. I'm like, I don't like this. I like nighttime when it's quiet. Like Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah, probably are.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've always thought that about you. I always looked at you and thought, I bet he's Batman.
Oh no, Penguin.
I'd love one.
Yeah, I think that's here. Newsflash: comedians are weird. And we're I don't think we're the weirdest ones, but there's definitely some shit going on. Stop the suicide epidemic in Belfast. Yeah, you gotta be teaching people what they should be looking out for and how they should be doing things. I mean, there's a lot of fucking stuff. Like watching that incels program. There's a, what do you call it? There's a book Maureen's reading, and literally the title of it would make you blow your fucking head off. But when you actually read it, it makes a lot of sense. It's some, I can't remember the fucking name, but it's all about like why people get depressed in this day and age. And we're saying about people getting into like online gaming, the real hectic fucking 14-hour shifts and all. And they're going like, these guys are getting a bit of like dopamine from things that regular dudes used to get. So it's like, I'm in a group, I'm completing tasks. I'm getting respect. I'm doing all this shit, which you used to fucking just get in life when you had to get a job and you had to do stuff, and people, made you do sports at school and all. Like, see, all that shit is like very important. Yeah. But see, when people are just sitting there with all this rage building up with no output whatsoever, they're gonna fucking shoot up a school because they just don't know where to put all the energy. Especially men. People are like, oh, it's toxic masculinity, and you shouldn't have them fucking rough each other up and all. Let them beat send them boxing or something and have them kick the fuck out of each other. Totally. Learn how to lose. Also learn that if you work hard you win. All that shit.
And also learn what it's like to actually be hurt, because it stops you hurting people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like if a baby bites someone, you're supposed to bite the baby quite gently, but bite the baby back.
Bite its whole foot off.
Yeah, just fucking chew the cunt. But because the baby goes, fuck, that's sore. Oh, I shouldn't do that then.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's like, I've been fucking skint in a shitty flat somewhere with like the worst toothache of all time. No. And now if I had money and someone else had that, I'd be like, I'm gonna pay for this to fix this for you, because I know how fucking miserable it is to have like toothache that bad type thing. It's that sort of thing. It's like, I believe it's called empathy, Mick.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
That's what you want. That's what we need. Strong men with empathy.
Aye. And strong women too.
Yeah, but they're not running around knifing everybody,
no,
you know what I mean?
Not yet. We'd have to get full equality. Mad bitches.
Yeah. Maybe women Might need to reappreciate what an actual good man is.
What a man, what a man, what a man.
Sean McGlinchey, how much do you earn a month, big man?
Depends, you from the dole, or...
Send me your address and
How much do you fucking earn,
I'll
Sean?
mail you my
Huh?
fucking bank statements.
Are you the Inland Revenue?
Who the fuck would you ask that to? By the way, bro, many accounts, many fingers, many pies.
I have one finger, one pie, and not an awful lot of filling.
Pastry.
Aye.
It's crust.
Somebody gave me money for a gig the other night, and I went, add that on, just throw that in the pile, and what one I was like, the overdraft. The debt.
If you had full control, would you want your own Netflix show? And if so, what would you call it? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I was on the phone to a guy from the Telegraph, and he was doing this thing. He goes, "Why has there not been any sort of like TV interest for yourself?" And I was like, "Because the only opportunity is BBC NI,
Aye.
and I'd rather shove my genitals in a fucking ninja."
But it's
Nature
all,
ninja.
like, it's again,
There was
it's
a
that, it's the, we've always talked about
There was
the
a period.
control side of things.
There
Like,
was a period of time where, and it's. I mean, if I dug out some notebooks, it could happen again. There was at any point I could have made 16 different TV shows,
Aye.
and all of them being good. Do you know, with all different
Aye,
characters.
well, good at the moment you filmed them, and then handed it over to somebody who isn't funny.
Yeah, it went through like 9 filters of unfunny cunts. Obviously, if it was Netflix, yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I actually, if it was that wide open, I don't know where I would start nowadays because I haven't thought about it in so long. If someone was like, "You get a show," I think I would like to do, because it was, you know, like a Garth Marenghi type thing, not that style, but something that's just a one-off concept that was
Yeah.
like 6 episodes that was class.
Aye.
Even The Office was just like 2 series, maybe something that was like 2 series long, and you could wrap the whole thing up in 2 series, something like
Aye.
that. That's sort of. I wouldn't want. Maybe I would
Like
want
an
something
ongoing fucking.
Maybe I would want something separate to that, like a fucking South Park or Always Sunny. Which, I mean, but then it's the level of talent's ridiculous. Like,
Aye.
you watch some of those. Have you seen that the Gay Pride fucking Always Sunny?
No, not yet.
Oh my god! Like, you're just like, everything is fucking brilliant. Like, the whole way through the show, Frank has like bashed his nose, and he keeps trying to plug it up. And it just gets more and more and more swollen to the point where he literally looks like completely fucking just wrecked. But then he just blows it all out and it all goes away, which is like an analogy for, you know, Mac's fucking gayness that he's
Aye.
been bottling up. And then at the end, there's just this like fucking 10-minute choreographed ballet scene in the rain with this kid. And you're like, what is happening here? It's like the weirdest, like, by the way, we can do everything, so fuck
Aye.
you type thing. And then he's just in the best shape I've ever seen anybody. Like, there's like fucking Matt.
I've seen the fucking.
Like
shapes
Matt
in it.
Fraser, the fittest man on earth, doesn't look like fucking this
Aye.
cunt. He's absolutely in ridiculous shape, like. And you're just watching it, you're going, I don't know if I could get my mates to do that, even if I wanted to. Also, it wouldn't be, but something ongoing like that would be good, because you could just, it could be like satire. You could just
Aye.
pick stuff up.
But again,
from,
it has to be something you would be able to devote all your time to.
I bet if it was Netflix money, you certainly fucking would, like.
Aye.
I think they definitely need to push deals with people where they're like half-hour specials.
It's a weird thing, because I think that
I would love just like, see, to be honest, I mean, stand-up's in a weird place because you get the like Andrew Schultz and all that, who's like selling tickets like
Aye.
based on his own shit, and then once you see that model, you're like, what more do you need?
Aye.
You
Even
don't.
Paul Smith, like,
Yeah, him. Like me to a certain extent,
Aye.
you know, just through this and shit. Like, but you know, there's no conventional fucking media outlets or anything like
Yeah.
that. So, but then like, it'd be good if, you know, like Amazon or like Netflix signed a thing when they're like, right, we've signed such and such for, you know, like 8 half-hour specials over the next
but the thing
fucking
is,
3 years
the
or
thing
something.
with Netflix is Netflix is made up of former TV cunts at this point. Because when I worked on that Flinch thing, like doing the warm up, on the first day, the Netflix execs came down and changed the entire fucking layout of the studio as people were queuing up. The audience were queuing up to get in, and you're like, that's a typical fucking TV exec idea. Just to go, let's just fucking change it.
Yeah, just because they can.
Just because they can, and they're so out of touch that they don't realise that the entire show, it still depends on the fucking live audience being comfortable and having a nice time. So now you've got people that are going to be supposed to be there for 2 hours and are there for fucking 12.
Yeah.
Can't get home, can't get back to their fucking kids. they're in a hostage situation, and then when it eats shit, they'll turn to the comedians on stage and go, why didn't it work?
Yeah, you weren't funny. Yeah, it's bullshit. Like, the less interference, the better. But then all these people are getting their fucking arm in because they know a lot of their positions are dying.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You get fucking... I've heard stories about agents chasing people up and all, and you're like, why? It's just like they're panicking. Like, who the fuck's left
totally,
for me to get work on?
Yeah. I know places that physically like just will not work with any agents because they're like, there's no point.
No, there really isn't. You basically, I mean, you would have to start a very specific like agency where you were like, okay, we just basically talk money on behalf of these personalities that have made their own fucking fame, essentially. Make sure they're getting paid, right? But I don't know, it's so fucked up, like. But then again, Netflix is just fucking swamped as well.
Yeah, but also the Netflix thing as well. The ones that work are the ones that the guys already have enough money to do the editing.
Yeah.
So if you watch a Netflix special where it's been like it's all Netflix, like all their people.
Yeah.
That's why there's specials that don't go anywhere. Whereas if you look at the likes of like fucking Sloss or Chappelle or Bill Burr or fucking CK, that's all their own cash that have gone into the editing process.
Yeah,
you
can just go shoot it yourself.
Yeah.
But it's so funny, like, you know, you can do it so cheaply now.
Aye.
You know what I mean? If you could fucking pull 10 grand out of your arse, you could do it very, very well.
Yeah.
But if you were doing it on a budget, like I've shot stuff at the fucking Limelight, and in total it cost me about £600.
Aye.
Multiple cameras, audio, all that shit. I did edit it myself, mind you. But, let me see. I have tickets to your SSE show. Was thinking of getting tickets to Oma's show, but also don't want to ruin the big arena date. Would be the same type of gig. No, it won't be the same type of gig. It may have a bit of crossover material, but by the time I get round to the Odyssey show, it's gonna be a bit more like my first Fringe show, where it's like burst of comedy. So it's gonna be a lot more refined and like deliberate than the tour show. So I dare say you could go to both, and especially Oma when I'll be flailing.
Aye.
Free falling through the air, trying to find fucking funny bits.
Aye.
So there you go. Let me see. What was your favourite part of the Chappelle special?
I still haven't finished the whole thing.
Oh my god, see the fucking...
the Macaulay Culkin joke I thought was fucking sublime.
Yeah, it's so funny, like. But I was saying this. People think it's wild shit. It's no wilder than anything comedians would say to each other. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. It felt like he went, now you get to hear what we actually say to each other. And, you know, I mean, it's hilarious that all comedians were like, what's wrong, what? And everyone else is like, you can't
say that.
You can't chant. You know, have you got to that bit yet?
Oh yeah, that bit's phenomenal.
Jesse,
like, you know, you're not a homosexual. Not a nigger either.
Yeah, but nobody. He gets to the fucking the juicy Smollett bit. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Smollett, where he's like, you know, he said that there was 2 white guys attacked him, and he goes, not only were they black, he goes, they were Nigerian. They were like the blackest black. And he goes, they wouldn't even say stuff like that. Well, I can't even say it. I mean, it's like, I like that bit so much because I'm like, I can't even tell that joke to anyone else in public. Your glasses for the sun, where do you get them? Also, 2 for 1 while I'm here. Is Dutch Frank ever coming on the podcast? I don't know if he would do it. The sunglasses are a pair of Ray-Bans that my sister bought in an airport and then decided didn't suit her and then gave it to me, and it's the only thing of value that I own. So I've looked after them fairly well. What are you going to say to baby Colleen when she's all grown up and asks about her dad and Uncle Mickey's porn segments on the podcast? I'm going to be like, do you enjoy us fucking house shit? Well, I didn't pay for that. But I'll be like, do you enjoy?
I'll tell you more about the porn segment. Uncle Mickey needs his bum changed. Up you go. I'll be there. Thank you for everything.
Put his ankles in the stirrups. The strong ones.
Put his knees in too.
Great question here from Jordy. Why are people ignorant fucking pigs?
Don't know.
Because it's entitlement. I've talked about it week in, week out. Everyone thinks that they're fucking special, and you're like, no, you're not. Also, if anything is to be used as an example, if you look at Aaron, right, who walks in, is very polite, very chatty and smiley, clinically retarded, people throw things at him.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? They're literally like, let me help you because you're such a wee fucking dote. You know what I mean?
It does, no,
it's gonna get you way more doors are gonna open when you're fucking sound and
Aye.
polite. Do you know what I mean? There's people who come back to Lavery's Comedy Club who I just like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't care if you go up and do well.
You see it loads in like I know people that are decent comics,
but sound is all fuck. Like,
yeah, or like decent comics and complete fucking dicks.
Yeah, and you just don't want to.
And it's like nobody fucking. Like there was a point where during the Fringe, there's one particular guy who's a bit of an arsehole. Always tells the same story constantly, and I was so drunk I don't remember doing this, but I do remember thinking when I heard the story from 3 different people, I went, well, I obviously did do this, and it does sound like my timing. He finished the story, went to get a pint, and I walked over and kicked his chair across the bar, just went, he's not coming back to work.
Oh.
And everybody was like, oh, thanks, Mick. Like,
full of shit.
Aye.
Unbelievable. Podcast question. I follow Chris Ramsey, in brackets comedian, on Instagram. Now I see he's doing Strictly Come Dancing. I can't take him seriously at all. From on stage taking the piss out of people who do all the tan and glitter and dad dancing. If you were given the opportunity, what one of the shows would you do? Strictly the ice one, Jungle, or whatever else there is.
I honestly don't think I could fucking. Like, I'd
would
have
you
to
do
be
Naked
really,
Attraction?
No, I'd have to fucking really, really need the money. Which isn't a.
The problem is, you go do one of them things, and then you could just turn up at the Fringe and fucking sell out gigs every day.
Yeah, but you'd be selling the gigs out every day to people who watch those kinds of shows,
Exactly.
which means it limits what you're able to do.
Fuck, I don't know. I mean,
it's like when Tommy Tiernan got fucking when somebody called the cops on Tiernan for making a joke after Dairy Girls.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would be interested in doing something like The Jungle, where it was like a test, but I don't really have any interest in being on TV. You know what I mean? I'd rather just do one of those like Kilimanjaro.
Or do like Splash, you know,
the ski one, the ski jump one. What's your favorite culture smick turn of phrase? Fuck, I don't know.
That one.
Do you have any useless skills that you're great at? My housemate used to compete at Tetris and was ranked number 1 in the UK.
I can skip and use nunchucks.
At the same time. Do I have any useless skills? I can cook pretty well.
That's not useless.
That's not useless.
Stand-up's kind of a useless fucking skill.
I'm a surprisingly good sewer.
Oh well.
You know, I've repaired a few of my
fucking eyesore.
You see, that's not the joke I thought you were going to go for. They're going to be like, I sewing back up your clothes, you fat bastard. Thoughts on driverless cars? If you had to give up your driving license forever, but there would be would never be any more traffic on the road, would you do it? Driverless cars.
Nah,
I don't know. It's weird. Like,
yeah, I don't trust it. I don't even like fucking assistantless shops.
Yeah, take me to a person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Flippin' love the podcast. Still waiting for the day I get punched on my commute for walking down the street and laughing. Have you read Born to Run? If not, cannot recommend it enough. Not too long a read, and it will change running into an obsession. There you go.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that. I can't be into running and reading. You know what I mean?
Or you get sick.
Get the audiobook. Have to stare into the distance for 10 minutes. Realign.
I've got a book I've done on my phone. I haven't read it. Didn't need it. What was it? It doesn't matter. Sorry, just remembered.
Fuck goosebumps. I would love a wee crack.
Beware. Doop, 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 doop. I need to go for a piss soon. Come on.
My question is, will we ever see a full single release of Up All Night to Drink Bucky? The full version's there, bitch. Get on it. Fuck's sake, Bridgie, you bastard. When was the last time you went to a full-on mainstream comedy gig such as Bill Burr, Ulster Hall, or Louis C.K. in Dublin? I went to Bill Burr in Dublin. Went to that. Went to Patton Oswalt in Dublin. What's your opinions on Doug Stanhope and Steve Hughes?
Both great.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fucking wading through the muck with Stanhope to get the gems, like, but
even still,
yeah,
he's Stanhope's one of those ones where if you listen to his albums as opposed to watching them,
yeah,
they're a lot more enjoyable. Weirdly, just because he's a grotesque wee fucking mutant.
We'll finish on this, right? When you've had a shitty day before a gig, surely that affects your ability to perform certain jokes, or do you simply flick a switch and it's just autopilot? Asking as an entertainer that experiences this sometimes.
See, I love doing stand-up.
See, before you answer that question, just read that question there.
I know you sent me that earlier.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
Yeah, I for me, it's like I fucking love doing stand-up, so quite often will fucking bring me out of a bad mood.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the ultimate reset button. But I'm getting it very bad recently where, like, they're just like absolute. Do you know what I think it is? Laveries. I'm going to have to take a wee step back from Laveries, I think. But, like, I feel like I get very stressed out about Laveries for some reason.
When you're booking it, fucking hosting it.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's actually doing stand up is like it is. Like, I remember Tom the Bear saying one time, he goes, you could have fucking gastro flu and you've been shiting all day, and then as soon as you go on stage,
you're grand.
Your body just forgets all about that.
It cures hangovers.
Yeah, you can just come out.
Heartbeat.
You can be dying and come off stage buzzing.
Do you know the only time whenever if I've had a bad day and it's one of those nights where, because I know you're not supposed to blame the audience for bad nights, but if you ever have a night where you're walking towards the mic and they've already stopped clapping,
yeah.
If I'm in a bad mood and that happens, I'm like, fuck these cunts, and I'll just phone it in.
Yeah, I mean, it's more. I mean, there's definitely an exchange going on. If the crowd are up for it, you're gonna get a good gig.
Yeah.
But if it's one of those like, let's see what you've got, fanboy.
It's like that Patrice O'Neill thing. It's not my job to pull your misery.
Yeah.
I had a fucking one. The first Tuesday of the Fringe, I got a fucking standing ovation, and on the Thursday night, had the worst fucking gig I've had in about a year.
Penance, bro.
It was so bad to the point of halfway through, I stopped the show and went, "This isn't my fault."
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it, fucking 80 people going, this is your doing.
I was down at down with Shane on Friday there, and I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that crowd. Like,
was it Friday or Thursday?
Thursday.
See, Thursday night's a fucking weird night for.
Because like Casey went on, it was just quiet, and then it was almost like, I mean, the place is sold out, and then you're like, do you want this to happen?
But that's like,
do you know what I mean? You're like, do you want this to happen or what?
Thursday nights can be odd though, because even the Newcastle stand on Thursday, like the stands are fucking the best comedy clubs.
Oh my God.
In the world, maybe. Like they're fucking
Glasgow
amazing.
stand is like the best shit.
Oh my God. But the Newcastle one's amazing as well. And on the Thursday night, everybody, and the lineup was anybody could have closed.
Yeah.
Like anybody could have headlined, anybody. It was fucking
Murderers
tremendous,
fucking rogue, like.
And there's 5 of us sitting in the green room afterwards just being like,
who all was on?
there's me, Keir McAllister, John Scott, Jay Lafferty, and a guy called Jack Johnson who's doing the 10, who's fucking brilliant.
Guitar and all?
No, the other one. The one who makes the shampoo. But it was just fucking, and it happens sometimes. I think Thursday nights are a weird one because nobody's really out drinking. It's different for a comedy club midweek where you'll get fucking young people out, or they're just glad to be breaking up their week. But when it's a theatre show, everybody's got work on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean, there is something about theatres that just rips the crack out of everything.
And also, I think that if they're doing it cabaret style in that room, that fucks it up. Like,
but there's a whole.
People
see,
are all facing different
these are the
directions
things that like we try to iron out at Lavery's. It's like, see when you go in and someone's playing "I'm in love with the," at like that level, and everyone comes in, you can hear glasses clinking about and all. Fuck that.
Aye.
You need to have it pumping, like.
Oh, fuck my eyes, I'll let you.
Do you know what I mean? Right, we'll get the fuck out of here. Let me plug some shit.
Ulster Hall, 25th of October. I think me and Mark McCartney's doing some student gigs for like doing a couple of student unions on the 23rd to the 24th, 22nd to the 24th. I'll check me on Instagram. I'll double check it.
Check them on Instagram. We got Lavery's coming up first and third Wednesday of the month. So the next one is on the motherfucking 18th. I'm doing a work in progress there on the 19th. And then the tour starts in the Ardone Theatre. And I'm all over the fucking shop. Just go to shine.net, buy some tickets. That's the tour show. The first one's coming up. They're literally like Ardone, Terrace Hotel, Magherafelt. And then Glasgow, 30th of September. Whelan's, 2nd of fucking October there. So it's all happening. It's all happening. And the second show at the Odyssey is on sale. So shine.net for all that shit. Or ColinGeddis.com. There'll be links in there. So lick my piece. Also, live podcast this Friday. And then the day after that, we're doing a very small, intimate podcast in the Nerve Centre. There's only 50 tickets.
Oh, really?
And they're a $5. It's part of some festival. The guy's like, there's only 50 tickets.
Aye.
And they wanted like people, specifically me, McCartney, and Aaron. So a bunch of fucking like video assholes.
Class. I'll just be over here just being the best comedian in the world. Sure, don't worry about it. I'm joking. I might go for the pints over either.
So yeah, that's fucking about the height of it. Just
Oh,
get
also-
me on Instagram.
Right.
All the details.
I'm going to be in Australia in November, so if you're living anywhere near Sydney, again, just get me on Instagram. Doesn't it? Yeah. We'll be out there for a bit.
Think you'll be in Sydney. Just living that health life.
Just getting that vitamin D. And also some sun.
Full month, is it?
Full month. And
I would love it if you like
didn't come back. And
documented that. You know, like
thing about it is with documenting that with gigs like that is you don't fucking do an awful lot. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'll be sitting on my hole, I'll go and do 20 minutes somewhere.
I know,
then
but
get
you
in the bus and go somewhere else.
you should just see what's about.
Aye. Well, I might sort myself out a wee GoPro and fucking do something.
I'll give you a fucking GoPro. I got an old GoPro there.
Deal.
Just fucking stick it in your head.
Fucking get I can't. Fucking little prick, mate.
Fucking can't.
You fucking dirty bastard, mate. Fuck yeah.
That's Mickey to the fucking room service.
Yeah. I'll fucking clean it myself, Jacinta. If that is your real name. It's Belinda.
Yes, it's come. Obviously.
Well, you've never seen a cracking fucking bedsheet before, now you can't. Aye? Never smelled fucking... Fuck off, mate.
Phyllo pastry.
What do you mean you can't smoke in here? It's a children's hospital. Fuck am I doing in here?
The darn anyway.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck. Right. This battery's gonna run out.
You're telling me?
Not a euphemism. Right.
Bye.
See you later. Shine down after tickets.
Also, yeah, for me too, actually.
is it?
MickyBartlett.com, got it working.
My ears are sweating.
Oh, so's mine.